In my last video, I ended with the worry phrase that goes, "I, when they cry, they see road." And you would agree with me that many things have been going on in our dear country, Nigeria. We might not be saying anything, but we can see all that is happening. Today, I want to talk about something very important. But before that, I want to say thank you to everyone that took out time to watch my last video. Honestly speaking, I was pleasantly surprised that that video garnered more than 2,000 views on my YouTube channel. And just in case you have not seen that video titled "We Must Survive," it's on my YouTube channel. You can find it with the name IZEM, so IZEEM. Thank you so much for everyone that has taken our time to watch that video. It means a lot to me. So today, like I said, I want to talk about something very important that has been on my mind for some time now. I don't know if you have noticed, but the churches and her leaders in Nigeria, and I think in Africa as a whole, they've always gotten a bad press. When anything happens, it goes all over the place. Well, even when things do not happen, many people say different things about the churches. They have always gotten a bad press. But today, I want to remind us about something that the church has always been doing, and nobody seems to be taking notice. Nobody seems to be talking about it. And that is the fact that many of our churches and her leaders, they have been doing what the government is supposed to be doing. Yes, we go ahead and castigate them and ridicule the church. Even we misunderstand the churches. But today, I want to remind us the good and wonderful things that our churches and her leaders have been doing. And just in case you have not had any form of personal experience, Femi will remind you and tell you that his job that he has now is thriving. His business is thriving because he got support from the church. And Nneka, the neglected widow who has been suffering, will tell you that she gets continual support from her church. She gets food stuff, she gets school fees. And Ejiro will tell you that he's been seen through university by the church. And Temi would dance and clap and tell you how he got trained, by his church, and how he received startup to start his own business. People go to church to get sustained with food and different things, especially now that we are going through a very difficult phase in our dear country, Nigeria. The church has been given in place of our government, our government, which is a ruling class that is really not close to the people. But our churches and her leaders are actually seeing the suffering. They see the tears, and they do everything possible to make sure that the suffering that the people who are suffering are a little bit relieved. And for that, today, that is why I'm here, just to say and give accolades to our churches and her leaders. And I'm also calling on you, wherever you are, please let us take a moment and be appreciative of our churches and her leaders in Nigeria today. And for every pastor, for every leader, they have been standing in place of the government. They see and do what the government is supposed to be seeing and doing. So I really implore you, before we castigate, before we misunderstand, before we ridicule, let us think about the good things that our churches, our spiritual leaders are doing to relieve people of their suffering. It's Blessing Obada. Have a nice day.